Hello and welcome to this lecture, and from this lecture onwards we will start creating the meme generator app. So if some of you don't know what a meme actually is, this is what a meme looks like, and you might have already seen these kinds of things on the internet circulating widely. So in this tutorial and for the next few tutorials we will learn how to generate an application which basically loads up an image from the gallery. So we will basically take up an image from the gallery and try to put text on it, and then finally save this image to the gallery so that we could go ahead and share these memes with our friends. So without wasting any time, let's go ahead and open up Android Studio. So now here what we will do is that we will create a new application, and let's name this application as meme app. Click next, select the API level to be 15, select an empty activity, and we are good to go. So the layout of this application is going to be in such a way that we will accept the top text and the bottom text from the user. We will also ask the user to basically go ahead and select an image of his own choice from the gallery, and once the user is done doing that, the text is going to be added on top of the image and the entire image is going to be stored. So let's go ahead and start building the app. So I've opened up Android Studio and the project is now loaded up. So the first thing which we do is that we go to the main activities XML code, and we will delete this text view, and we will make this relative layout as a linear layout with the orientation as vertical. So let me just go ahead and set up the orientation as vertical. And now the next thing which we do is that we basically have to edit text over here. So let's go ahead and type in edit text, and let's say the layout width is going to be match parent so that it fills up the entire thing, and let's say the height is going to be wrap content, and let's specify some kind of hint like let's say enter top meme text, and let's assign it some ID so that we could later have a reference to it. So let's say the ID is going to be edit top, and similarly, and this should actually be @+id/edit top, and after this let's go ahead and create the same edit text for the bottom as well. So this is actually going to make the bottom text view, so we will replace this thing with edit, let's say bottom, and replace this with bottom as well. So now once we have these two edit texts, we are basically good to go. Now what we need to do is that we need to have a button here so that when the user actually clicks this button, he is able to add an image from the gallery. So let's go ahead and create a button as well, and let's say the layout width is going to be match parent, this is going to be wrap content, and then let's specify some text like let's say add image, and then let's assign it some onClick method. So we will type in onClick equals, let's say add image, and once this thing is done, the next thing which we do is that we basically add one more button which is going to be named as try button. And what this try button is going to do is that once you add the image and once you add this text, and when you hit the try button, it's actually going to load up these texts onto that particular image. So let's create another button, and let's make it match parent for the width, and for the height let's set it to wrap content, and the text is going to be let's say try, which works well. And now let's set an onClick method and name it as let's say try meme. So once this thing is done, the final thing which you need to do is that you need to add up an image view over here, and make sure that you also have to add two text views on top of that image which are going to place the meme text. So for that, what you need to do is that you need to create a relative layout within this linear layout, and the reason for creating a relative layout is that relative layout is the only layout wherein you could place one element over another. Now you could also use some other type of layout to do so, but I found that relative layout is the most suitable for this kind of thing. So we'll place a relative layout over here, and that's actually going to have the properties of width as match parent, and for the height let's say 250 dps would be appropriate. So as you could see, the relative layout actually fills up the entire thing, and it actually leaves some space so that we could add other buttons over here. So once this relative layout is done, let's also assign some ID to this relative layout. So let's say the ID is going to be lay. And now to this relative layout, we will add an image view. So we'll type in image view, and the width is going to be match parent, and the height is going to be 250 dp, basically same as filling up the entire relative layout. And let's also go ahead and add an ID, and let's say this is going to be called as meme image, and the M should actually be in small letters. And once that thing is done, we are basically good to go. Now once we have the image added up over here, you do need to place text views on top of it. So let's create a text view, and the width is going to be match parent, the height is going to be wrap content, and let's put some text inside it. So the text is going to be, let's say, meme top text. And now once we have added the text, as you could see, the size of the text view is a little bit smaller. So let's go ahead and assign it a size of, let's say, 30 dp, and let's also align it to the center. So that's going to be Android layout center horizontal, and that is going to be set to true. And also let's set the text alignment to center. Okay, as you could see, now it's aligned to the center. Now let's set the ID as, let's say, meme top text. So add plus ID meme top text. And now if you notice, the memes color or the text color is actually always equal to white. So let's set the color equal to white. So we'll type in text color equals #FFFFFF. So as you could see, now it actually becomes invisible because it's white on white. But when you go ahead and add up an image over here, it's absolutely going to look fine. So once this top text view is added, we also need to add the bottom text view. So I'm simply going to copy this code, go back over here and change a few things over here. So this is going to be meme bottom text. This is going to be the same, and this thing is going to change to bottom, and rest of the things are going to remain the same. And now just so as to confirm that it's aligned to the center, let me just go ahead and cut this. But as you could see, the bottom meme text actually appears on the top. So we need to assign one more property to this, and that's going to be align parent bottom. So let me just type in align parent bottom, and that is going to be set to true. So now as you could see, the meme text appears in the bottom. And now let's basically add the color as well, and we are good to go. So now once the image is added, and once these two text views are laid out on top of the image, the next thing which you need to do is that you need to add a final button over here, which is going to save up our image. So we exit out of this relative layout and add up a button here with a width equal to match parent, height equal to wrap content, and let's assign it some text as, let's say, save, and let's assign it an on-click method which says save image. So once this thing is done, as you could see, the layout of our meme application is almost done. So we have two edit text, the two buttons. This one is for adding the image, this one is for putting the text on the image and to give it a try, so that our user could be able to decide if it looks good. Then finally we have the save button, which the user is finally going to click, which is eventually going to save this created meme into our gallery. So that's it for this lecture, and in the next lecture what we will do is that we will start designing the logic behind the meme app. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.